There was a scary story in my town about a ghost train. It was said to ride on old tracks at night. Nobody knew where it went. My friend Tommy said he saw it once. He said it looked like a ghost train, all glowy and silent, then disappeared. At first I didn't believe him, but then I got curious. I wanted to find out if the train was real. So I asked my friends Emily and Jack to come with me on an adventure. We snuck out at night with flashlights. It was creepy. It was dark and quiet, except for owls hooting. We walked for a long time, feeling a bit scared. Suddenly, we heard a low rumbling sound. It got louder and louder, and then we saw a light. My heart thumped like a drum. The light turned out to be a train, all rusty and spooky. It stopped right in front of us. We climbed on, both excited and scared. Inside, it was dark with flickering lanterns. A voice boomed out of nowhere, asking for tickets. We were so scared. A shadowy figure with a conductor hat appeared. We gave him our tickets. His hand was super cold. "Welcome," he whispered, "but you can't leave the ghost train now." Yikes! The train started moving, and it felt like everyone was watching us. The other passengers were quiet and creepy. We tried to talk to a girl, but when she smiled, it made us shiver. The whole ride felt strange and scary. Then, the train stopped suddenly. The lights went out, and we were plunged into darkness. My heart raced like crazy. When my eyes adjusted, I saw the conductor at the other end. "This is your stop," he said, "but it's not a normal one." He vanished after that. We weren't on the old tracks anymore. We were somewhere else. The train itself felt creepy, like it was alive. Then, we heard footsteps. A scary figure appeared, with glowing eyes and a twisted face. We were frozen in fear. The figure came closer, but then it disappeared just as quickly. We were left feeling even more scared. The train kept going through the darkness. We knew the legend was real, and we were in danger. As time passed, we started to lose hope. But then, a light appeared in the distance. We might actually escape. The train pulled into a station. The station platform was deserted, bathed in an eerie green glow that emanated from strange glowing stones scattered around. We cautiously stepped off the train, legs wobbly and hearts pounding. Suddenly, Emily, ever the resourceful one, noticed a worn inscription on a nearby pillar. It spoke of a hidden passage, activated by a riddle spoken under the light of a full moon. Hope surged through us. Maybe this was our way out. We huddled together, racking our brains for any riddles we knew. Finally, Jack remembered one his grandpa used to tell him. "One has no voice, yet can still speak volumes." Without hesitation, we all recited the riddle in unison, facing the moon that hung low in the sky. A shiver ran down my spine as the ground beneath our feet trembled. A hidden door materialized in the wall, revealing a dark passage that beckoned us forward. We exchanged nervous glances, but the unknown was preferable to staying on the ghost train. With flashlights clutched tightly, we plunged into the darkness. The tunnel was narrow and damp, the air thick with the smell of mildew. The only sound was the echo of our footsteps and the occasional drip of water. We walked for what felt like hours, the silence pressing down on us like a heavy weight. Just as despair threatened to consume us, we spotted a faint light flickering ahead. Quickening our pace, we emerged into a vast cavern filled with shimmering crystals that cast an otherworldly glow. In the center of the cavern stood an old woman, her face etched with wrinkles and her eyes filled with an ancient wisdom. We approached her cautiously, our voices barely whispers in the cavern's stillness. "You seek escape from the ghost train," she spoke, her voice raspy but kind. "But such freedom comes at a cost. Are you prepared to face the consequences?" We looked at each other, a silent conversation passing between us. The journey had been terrifying, but the thought of being trapped on the ghost train forever was even worse. "We are," I said, my voice surprisingly firm. The old woman nodded slowly. "Then listen closely," she said, and proceeded to tell us a secret, a way to break the curse of the ghost train. The old woman's words echoed in the cavern, a secret whispered through ages. The curse, she explained, was bound to a powerful artifact stolen by the conductor long ago. Returning it to its rightful place would sever the hold the train had on the spectral realm. The artifact, she revealed, was a heart of pure moonlight, a gem said to hold the dreams of forgotten travelers. It resided within the belly of a monstrous serpent that guarded the caves on the other side of the cavern. Fear prickled my skin. A serpent? But the thought of facing the ghost train again was far more terrifying. We had come this far, there was no turning back. The old woman, sensing our fear, offered a glimmer of hope. She handed out enchanted lanterns to us that would cloak us from the serpent's sight. They pulsed with a soft, ethereal light, a stark contrast to the harsh reality of our situation. With a final nod, the old woman vanished, leaving us alone in the cavern's heart. We exchanged nervous glances, the weight of the task settling heavily upon us. Steeling our nerves, we moved deeper into the caves, the flickering lanterns casting dancing shadows on the cavern walls. The air grew thick and humid as we delved deeper. The sound of dripping water intensified, echoing through the cavernous network. The path narrowed, forcing us to navigate slopes and jagged rock formations. Suddenly, a low rumble echoed through the caves, making the ground tremble beneath our feet. Panic surged through me. We had found the serpent. Rounding a bend, we stumbled upon a sight that sent shivers down my spine. A colossal serpent coiled before us, its scales shimmering an unnatural green in the dim light. Its eyes, large and reptilian, glowed with an unsettling malice. We froze, the silence broken only by the serpent's heavy breaths. Then, remembering the lanterns, we held them high, their light bathing us in a protective glow. The serpent recoiled, its eyes flickering with confusion. Taking a deep breath, I lunged forward, the others close behind. We weaved through the serpent's massive coils, adrenaline coursing through our veins. Reaching its belly, we spotted a pulsating blue light, the heart of moonlight. Just as I reached out to grab it, the serpent whipped its head around, a deafening hiss erupting from its throat. We scattered, scrambling for cover as the cavern trembled with the force of its movement. The following moments were a blur of adrenaline-fueled action. We dodged the serpent's snapping jaws and thrashing tail, the lanterns flickering precariously. Emily, ever the quick thinker, grabbed a handful of glowing pebbles from the cavern floor and hurled them at the serpent's eyes. Blinded momentarily, the serpent roared in fury. We seized the opportunity, scrambling back towards the entrance. The ground rumbled beneath our feet as the serpent gave chase, its massive form filling the tunnel behind us. We burst out of the cavern, lungs burning and legs aching. With a final look back, we saw the serpent hesitate at the entrance, the moonlight revealing its frustrated form. Relief washed over me, a wave so powerful it nearly brought me to my knees. We had escaped the serpent's grasp, but the true challenge lay ahead. We had the heart of moonlight, but could we break the curse and escape the clutches of the ghost train forever? Following the old woman's instructions, we raced back to the deserted platform. Holding the heart of moonlight aloft, we recited the words she had whispered, our voices trembling with a mix of fear and hope. The air crackled with unseen energy as the moonlight stone pulsed with an ethereal glow. The ground shuddered beneath our feet, and a low moaning sound filled the air. The spectral green light emanating from the platform intensified, swirling around us like a living entity. Then, with a deafening screech that seemed to tear through the very fabric of reality, the ghost train materialized before us. It looked even more menacing in the cold moonlight, its spectral form shimmering with an otherworldly power. But this time, something was different. The train seemed to hesitate, a flicker of uncertainty replacing its usual malevolent aura. We held our breath, the heart of moonlight pulsing steadily in my hand. Suddenly, the conductor materialized on the platform, his shadowy form reaching for the stone. "Give it to me," he rasped, his voice laced with desperation. "Never!" I shouted, clutching the stone tighter. "The curse ends now!" With a final surge of determination, I hurled the heart of moonlight towards the train. It struck the locomotive dead center, and a blinding light erupted, engulfing everything in its path. When the light faded, the platform was empty. The ghost train had vanished, leaving behind only an echoing silence and the faint scent of ozone. We stared in disbelief, the weight of the experience finally lifting from our shoulders. Exhausted but exhilarated, we made our way back to the familiar tracks, the first rays of dawn painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. As we walked, a sense of accomplishment bloomed within me. We had faced our fears, broken the curse, and escaped the clutches of the ghost train. Reaching the abandoned tracks, we turned back one last time, a silent goodbye to the place that had held so much terror and wonder. The legend of the ghost train would forever be etched in our memories, a reminder of the night we faced the unknown and emerged victorious. We walked home as the sun climbed higher in the sky, the world around us bathed in the warm glow of a new day. The town seemed different somehow, brighter and more alive. Maybe, just maybe, we had broken a curse that had plagued the town for far too long.